Yesterday, I spoke about attitude and how you set the tone of your life by whether it is lifting you or bringing you down. When your attitude is in a downward position, you will be selfish. Yes, I said selfish. When we see things as being against us or keeping us from where we want to go, the most common response is selfishness. Think for a moment of when you were a little kid and you saw something you wanted and your parents refused to give it to you. Your first reaction 100% of the time is to become frustrated, then angry, and if we are not in control of our emotions, use our emotional outbursts to get our way. If that doesn't work, then we become very good at manipulating or creating situations that cause others to give us what we want. You might say, well, that was when I was a youngster. But think about it. Someone doesn't give you what you want or you don't get what you expect, and where does your mind go? Now you're an adult. I've seen some of you drive, and I know that at the first sign of someone cutting you off in traffic, you're ready to rearrange his paint job. Is that the character quality an athlete or a character quality an adult should like to have or has when they compete? Is that a character quality that when you are describing a superstar, that it's one of those first qualities out of your mouth? I don't think so. I'm Jungle Jim Hunter, and you're listening to 831 Living Your Best Life, where we inspire participation, communicate precision, and empower performers to podium. And you can listen to us on your favorite podcast or share it with other friends by having them go to their favorite podcast provider, junglejimhunter.com, or now you can go to YouTube. And you can subscribe, download, click on like, rate and review us, and become an 831er helping other people live their best life. Well, great athletes are not selfish, they're selfless. When a shift or an opportunity doesn't come their way, they look to that as an opportunity to work on how they can improve and provide a better performance within themselves and in the process help the team. I know it's too late for you to go back, but think for a second of what your parents' response would have been had when you asked for something and they said no, if you would have said, I understand. What can I do to help you? I don't know any kid that ever did that, except, well, I did it. Yes, I used to do that with my parents, and guess what? I always got what I wanted. Think I'm crazy? Try it the next opportunity you get to help someone else when it's not your responsibility, and watch what happens. The second thing our attitude will do when we are in the downward direction is react with insecurity. So not only do we get angry, but now we become insecure. Once we have gotten by internally thinking of 50 ways you could shoot the puck at the coach's head and make it look like an accident, I'm just using this as an example, you begin with this second step down the staircase of self to thinking things like, what's wrong with me? How come he gets all the breaks? What do they know about me? Am I being cut? Am I being traded? Or, well, here comes the pink slip. We mope around in the slough of despond only to find that all that is in there is more mud we mixed in on our previous visit. There's another character quality that I bet you never hear listed in the Hall of Fame with great athletes, and that is that they are insecure. Great athletes are secure in what they do because they know that each direction from any authority figure is only an opportunity to improve what they've already brought to the table. Think about it. The guy who cuts you off only changes his driving habits in the process, not yours. The coach who benches you or the boss who reams you out for a poor performance has accomplished nothing unless you change your performance, not his. The people who don't get along because of a small issue between them, whether real or perceived to be real, don't change the relationship unless the leader in the two takes the position that I was wrong and figures out what they learned from the situation and then brings the other person along in the process. If we could all change our attitude, we should ask for more problems so we can lead. Yes, we should. We should ask for more problems. I know, you're thinking I'm crazy by now, but it's the truth. The third thing we do when our attitude is wrong is become stagnant. We've become angry, insecure, and now stagnant. And now there's a quality you'll never see on an Olympic plaque. Once you have decided that you are right and your way isn't going to happen, and we still haven't been able to figure out how to kill the coach without getting caught, then we become difficult to change and miserable to work with. Wow, would the coach ever want to coach a person like that? You got cut off. You have renamed him, and now you are going to run him off the road, and thus you become as difficult to deal with as he is. That's mature. Now you're going nowhere because neither will give in. Great athletes are submissive so that they can move to the next lesson they need to learn. How can you learn what is trying to be taught when the only way you know to do what you're doing is your way and everyone else better fall into line with you? Great athletes recognize that every situation has a nugget of learning and opportunity in it to respond in such a way that growth takes place. The next time someone cuts you off where you are, this is an opportunity to grow. How about learning how to drive, or learning how to control your emotions so that you maintain an even keel as you drive? My quote for the day: growth stretches us, so we should always be preparing for it. Today's task is writing out what the first 3 emotion reactions you have to when someone cuts you off or somebody doesn't do what you want them to do. If you have those kind of reactions that say you're angry, you're insecure, or you're stagnant and stuck where you are, it's time to change. Thanks for listening. I hope that by the next time we get together, you will be living your best life.